of our own breathing. Listen to the sound of the own breathing. Slow exhalation. Just try to watch the ripples on the river, the fountain and float, the gentle wind effect. When thoughts come into your mind, don't let it. You can go on observing, breathe. And most of us are aware, Sri Narasimha is the founder of Life of the Cell Foundation, also known as Sathya. He is an enlightened being, together carrying on professional life as one of the directors of Meditation in Tech Mahindra. He is also a investor and he is guiding many disciples on the path who are under his leadership doing a lot of seva to uplift members in society. We are very fortunate to have him with us today. We may not get an opportunity of listening to Sri Prabhuji live for some time. We will be relocating to USA for a couple of years. He will, however, be on the internet. If I we are blessed that we can listen to him on a variety of topics. There are thousands of discourses uploaded on the internet. So this series that we are having now, Wisdom from the Masters, for these 2 months, as part of this series, Sri Prabhuji is going to speak to us on the topic Brahma, Sathya, Jagat. So let us now listen to the wisdom of Sri Prabhuji.
My pronouns to all Atma devotees, divine light of self. Today, the topic which I am going to speak on is Brahma Sathya, Jagat. This is the greatest proclamation of any philosopher anywhere in the world. Nothing can be more than this. It's the ultimate statement. It's a final statement. There's nothing more than that we can say. Sri Shankaracharya, who is considered as the greatest philosopher of all the time, gave a summary of his findings, summary of his understanding of Vedantic truths in the form of this statement: Brahma Sathya, Jagat. The essence of teaching of all the Vedas and Upanishads is contained in this one sentence. Of course, there's a continuation of that. Jivo Brahmaiva Sanatana. Jiva is Brahman. So the statement, if you translate it in English, Brahma Satya, Brahman means Brahat, one which has no limits, one which has no one which is infinite, one who is infinite. The supreme reality. So that alone, that Brahman alone is the truth. Jagat Mithya, the world what we perceive, what we experience is Mithya. Mithya means a transient reality, it's not falsehood, not illusion, but a temporary changing reality. Jivo Brahmaiva Sanatana, the individual soul, you, me, all of us are nothing but Brahman, that supreme reality. So this is the teaching. I don't think there can be any teaching beyond or greater than this. The statement is being made that you are this supreme reality. At one shot, hearing this, we may get scared, we may get confounded, we may start wondering, how can I be that supreme reality, small being what I am, struggling for my existence, day-to-day existence? How can I be that supreme reality, the God, the divine? How can I be? It is inconceivable for most of us. For many of us, even to think that I am equal to God, or I am God, or I am near God itself is a blasphemy. In fact, if you say such statements somewhere in some part of the world, probably you will be not allowed to see the next day. Or some part of your body or neck or leg may be broken if you can make such statements. In fact, there was a Sufi. There was a Sufi. He realized this truth. And he kept on saying, Allah Haq, Allah Haq, Allah Haq. Means, I am one with Allah, I am Allah. And you have to imagine this fate. Okay? So there was time when the Mughal Empire was there in India. To make such a blasphemous statement and still survive in that kingdom was impossible. So, according to the tradition of the day, he was brought to the court of the king. The king declared, referred to all the religious texts of that time, and declared that this fellow he is dishonoring our religion and he should be punished. And what is the punishment of that time? Or even modern day also, some punishments happen in some part of the world. The punishment is he should be stoned to death. That is the punishment. If you claim that you are equal to God or you are one with God, then it's intolerable, not acceptable. So then this person was stoned to death. The people were stoning. The emperor was feeling pity on this person. He must be mad. That's why otherwise, how can somebody say like that, right? How can somebody say that I am God, I am Allah? How can somebody say this person must be somewhere mad? So he had given one this thing. At any point of time, you say that what I am saying is false. Okay, we'll stop the punishment. Otherwise, you will die. So people started throwing stones at this person. It's very hurtful. He was laughing. He started laughing and started telling louder and louder, Allah, louder and louder. Then people started pelting stones. There was some person standing in the crowd, okay, who saw this being stoned. He didn't feel he was getting hurt. Instead of starting the flower actually started crying. Somebody asked him, what happened to you? He said, those flowers, when they touched me, I felt like crying. The people are throwing stones at you and you are laughing. He said, I found some truth. There is some which I wanted to share the truth with people. That's why I kept on saying Allah, I kept on proclaiming the truth which I found. And because of that, I'm getting stoned. It's alright. People can't appreciate what I'm saying. I'm okay with that. Okay? I'm laughing at their ignorance. But I got hurt really badly. When a person threw flowers at me, you know the reason? The person who threw the flowers at me is my guru. It is he who taught me the secret of oneness with the Supreme. The Guru is the one who gave the wisdom to me of realizing this one unity with the Supreme. But I started crying because he doesn't have the courage to proclaim the truth. If you have courage to proclaim the truth to somebody, some more people who have got benefited. That's why I started crying. So this was a real story of a Sufi. Throughout the history of mankind, people have been asking the question, who am I? Why am I here? Who created me? What is this world all around? What is my relationship to my Creator? These questions people have been asking. And these questions themselves have become some sort of gradually become, when people start going deeper and deeper. It became physics, it became chemistry, it became philosophy. So if you know, a degree awarded, the greatest degree awarded to anybody is called PhD. Doctor of Philosophy. The philosophy is the book of human inquiry. Philosophy is the human inquiry into reality of nature. Unless you inquire deeply, start inquiring into the truth, inquire into reality, the human quest cannot be satisfied. Who am I? How am I related to the Supreme, the Creator? And what is this creation all about? So over a period of time, people have asked this question time and again, and they have come out with different types of answers also. There's nothing called higher reality. What we are today is the only reality. Beyond this, there is nothing. There are people who have come and said atoms and molecules are fundamental reality of life. There's nothing more than that. Okay. There are scientists. There are different kinds of people who have inquired and found that there are two types of reality. One we call as material reality, and other is called consciousness. So these two realities to exist together. They are called dualists. There are scientists who say there is something called Big Bang. After that, the stars inflated, and after that, life happened on the earth because of some chemical reaction, some chemical combustion. So people have tried to explain in various ways what is life all about. But the tradition of India, which has given so much of importance to the true inquiry, truth, had come out with an understanding called Advaita or non-duality. And by the time Sri Shankaracharya came, Shankaracharya took birth, probably 8th century. There are many theories which are floating in India. Very different understandings. Everybody is following what they think is, whatever approach they think will take them to higher reality they will take. There are some philosophical systems which said everything else ends in nothingness, shunya. So it was chaos. Depending on where you are, whom you talk to, you can pick up a philosophy and go ahead. It's ultimately Sri Shankaracharya who took birth, who looked at various philosophical systems and thought process in India and synthesized it and gave a clarity of essential meaning of spiritual truths in the form of philosophy of non-duality or Advaita. Sri Shankaracharya didn't create the theory of Advaita. Sri Shankaracharya he didn't say new theory called Advaita. Whatever theory, whatever understanding of several thousands of years in India, that he was able to explain in very clear terms to common people. It's only he gave a clarity of expression which will help people to understand and move ahead in life. And that's important because without clarity, people are confused. They don't know which way to go. Somebody was required to give that clarity with the sharpness, the intellect, which is the highest order of intellects, who is able to give a clear understanding of reality and guide people. That was Sri Shankaracharya. I've heard a story. One person, one Zen master, gets up early morning. He starts crying. And all his disciples gather around him. They start asking, Master, what happened? The master says, I had a dream. In the dream, I was a butterfly. So then the disciples started laughing. Master, anyway, it was a dream. Why cry about it? The master says, you don't understand my problem. I don't know whether the Zen master, dreamt that I was a butterfly, or I don't know whether butterfly is dreaming that I am a Zen master. Which of this is true? That's my problem. Now, you people are sitting here, all of you, and listening to me. Is it a reality or a dream? For all you know, you may be still sleeping in your house, in your bed comfortably, and dreaming that you are in the Ananda hall, listening to the lecture of Prabhuji. How many of you can surely say that you are not dreaming? Please raise your hands. The question is, you are listening to my lecture here, Ananda hall. For all you know, you may be sleeping in your house.
It's a reality. Right now we are here and we are listening.
So he is saying it's a reality. How many people believe that it's a reality? Now, let us take a scenario. You are really dreaming. In the dream, I ask this question. In a dream, will it ever come to a question? If you ask a question to anybody in a dream, is it reality? What answer will get? It is a reality, will say. In dream also, if I ask this question, right? In dream, suppose you are really dreaming, then I ask this question. Then what will you answer?
At that time, we are not aware
In
of
the
that.
dream, we will not be able to tell you.
No, but in dream you say this is reality. Otherwise, dream will disappear. So dream, whatever you are experiencing in dream, also appears to real only. Right? What a sweet dream, yeah. The dream was very sweet. But real that time. If you know that is a dream, the sweetness will not be there. Oh, nightmare! I saw a tiger chasing me. What tiger chasing nightmare? Yeah. I saw my wife chasing me.
During the dream, it is a reality.
Correct.
That is true.
During the dream, anything which you see is a reality. Right? So now you are saying this is a reality. I can say as well it could be a dream. Do you understand the paradox? Right? So when you see something, at that point of time, if you are whether you're dreaming or waking, you still treat it as a reality. So now the question comes to the philosophers: what is reality? If dream is also real when I'm dreaming, and in waking condition also is real reality when I'm waking, then what is reality? After waking up, we say, I had a dream, yes, all gone. Okay. It's a dream reality. But now the question is, you are in a waking state, and if I ask you the question, you give the same answer you should have given in the dreaming state. Is there a way by which you can distinguish between your waking state and dreaming state? And if there is so, how do you do that? What test is that to find out whether I am in a waking state or a dreaming state?
Conscious.
How? Now I am asking you the question: are you dreaming or are you awake? How do you say that? Answer.
The perception is Maya. This is all going in cyclic.
No, that's all theory. That theory we can give in the beautiful theory, we can give in dream also. My question is very simple. Please tell me, anybody sitting here, give me one test, okay? One test which will tell you whether you are in a dream or waking state. And if you give the test, real test, then you will be greatest philosopher on the there's no dreaming or so this our ancestors told you are always in a state of dream. It's called Maya. You may call one waking dream as a dreaming dream, but both are dreams only. There's no way you you can distinguish a state of dream from waking when you are experiencing that. After you experience over, you can say it is a dream. But when you are experiencing, there is no way you can find out whether it's dream or reality. Okay. There is a pinch test of this. Am I dreaming or not? Even in dream, you can do a pinch test and say it's reality. Okay. So this question people are.
That's all.
What is reality?
The question of reality, I leave it out. I just say I'm aware of it.
Fine. If you are reading about the question of reality, there's nothing to ask. The question is because the question of reality is important to us. What is really important to us? Because we get encounter so many situations like sometimes scary, sometimes enjoyable, sometimes happy, sometimes unhappy. Okay, and all of these affect us in some way. If only we know what is real and what is not real, then the impact on our life will be less. You are having a dream, and a terrible dream. From Bannerghatta, one tiger has escaped. Okay, and it is in your house, and it is hungry. It is breakfast time for that. Okay, and you know, you are reading all newspapers and about tigers, and you see that tiger in your waiting in your kitchen. So how will you like to be? Your heart will start beating. Okay, legs will start shaking. Okay, and you want to find out the escape route. Unfortunately, all doors are locked. So we are shaken by that experience. Then you find one bucket of water poured on the head by your wife because this fellow is sleeping till 11 o'clock in the morning and dreaming. Suddenly wake up. Oh, then it was a dream tiger. Oh, laugh at the dream tiger. But when you are experiencing the dream tiger, it was so real, so scary. Right? If only you knew that dream tiger was a dream tiger when he's sitting your dining table, then you will go and shake hands with that and say, how are you, dream tiger? Like that, you would have done that. Why are you not doing that? Please tell me. That's because you are not able to find out, distinguish between the what is real and what is dream. That is true in your dreaming dream and that is true in your waking dream. In waking dream also, what you are experiencing, how are you sure that is real? So this Sri Shankaracharya was going on day in the riverbed of Ganga. One person was chanting Sanskrit mantras. He was aged 83. Not mantras, he was chanting Sanskrit grammars. That grammar has various rules. The rules are called dukrum. Sri Shankaracharya said, got pity on this fellow. Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Modamate, Samprapte Salitikare, Nahi Nahi Rakshati, Dukrum Karne. Your grammar will not save you when the death approaches you. Your engineering will not save you, neither your stock market, nor your business when the death approaches. But death will come to everybody. What is big deal about death? There are only two certain things in life, right? Taxes and death. Everything else is uncertain. Your marriage also can be divorce, but taxes you can't live. Tax you can't. And death you can't live. What is big deal about death? Sri Shankaracharya is saying death. At the time of death, the Dukrum Karane, the grammar will not save you. Bhaja Govindam, Mudamate. Why? Why is that so? We go through a repeated cycle of birth, birth and death. That we call as Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani, Jatare Shayanam. Again and again we take birth and death. Again and again we get into the womb of the mother and get born, become old and die. So what is problem about it? All entertaining life, okay, many lifetimes, many families, many new people. What is problem about it? How can I be saved from death? So there the question comes. Every time you experience life, please understand, every time you experience life, you experience something good or bad in life. And this good and bad leaves a deep impression in your life. Deep impression in your consciousness. This is what we call karma. Every aspect of experience of life leaves a print. And this print will keep on covering life, and this search for newer and newer experiences, escape from problematic situations, or to gain pleasant experiences. This drive will continue till death. And what takes you to death will take after that also, because death becomes a portal, death becomes an opening for another life. You start with another life with the regret of the past, or pain of the past, or suffering of the past, or search for something which you didn't get in the past, and start a fresh life. And this will continue and go on and on and on forever. If only you had asked the question, what I am experiencing, is it real or not? If only you had asked for your unrealized situation, see what is real and what's unreal, probably would have been nothing more than a dream either. Which will not leave any impact on your life, if only you had realized the dream as a dream when you are dreaming. Do you have that ability to experience and realize what is a dream? So that is whole crux of the philosophical system. That is the essential spirituality, to find out what is dream and what is reality. The reality has to pass some tests. What are the tests which a reality has to pass? What kind of test you give on reality? Please tell me. What do you call as real and what is called unreal? And real, what is real, should be unchanging. That's only test of reality. Something which doesn't change is called as real. Something which changes is not real, it's not stable. A reality doesn't change, unreal changes. These are the two characteristics. How we can find out what is real and what is unreal. Now please change. Every aspect of your life has been changing. It's a continuous set of changes. Everything in your life has changed. The place you are born, the time you are born to today, the surroundings, the people whom you meet, the place where you work, the market condition, the the reaction of the people, the news items, everything changes minute to minute, minute to minute, minute to minute. Nothing is stable. Everything is a constant changing, constantly changing. Like waves in the ocean. One wave comes, before it dies, another wave comes. There's no point of time a wave is stable. The change is the essential nature of the world. No, everything in the world is changing, but I am saying here. How? How are you saying? Do you know that every part of your body is undergoing a change at a given time? You have heard of the skin, the snake shedding the skin and getting a fresh skin every year. A new skin comes to the snake. A snake gets a new skin. Do you know what happens to your body? If they are thrown out of breath into the atmosphere. Continuously, there is a death and birth happening in your body. But for this birth and death happening in your body, your life will not be 100 years. You get your liver, lung, kidney, brain, eyes refurbished because of this process of death and birth. Some part of your liver dies and new cells come back and new cells come into picture. Some part of the brain dies, new cells comes into picture. And in this way, the process is continuous process. By a couple of months and years, every organ in your body is eliminated. You are not the same person you was there 1 year back, at least physically. Psychologically, morning you are one person, afternoon you are one person, while going to bed one person, after getting up you are some other person. Psychologically we are changing minute to minute. The physically it takes some time, but psychologically we are changing every minute. Intellectually, that's another confusion. Every aspect of our surrounding is changing. Every aspect of mind is changing. But in all, we think that we are in the middle of the reality. That's why these changes affect you severely. If only we know that this is not reality, it's a dream, probably our life will be much more joyful and peaceful. This is what is the teaching of spirituality. This is the essential teaching of spirituality. Look for truth. That's what it means. The truth is God. Sathya. Seek the truth. Yes. I want to seek the truth. I have to go to Himalayas to seek the truth. The truth is kept in a cave in Himalayas. You go and search the truth there. As if truth is something elsewhere. Truth is nowhere. If all these things are changing, still you say, I am there. I am in you has not changed. Everything in your life has changed. The family, the husband, the relationship, the children, the body condition, the mental condition, the job condition, the economic condition. Everything might have changed. But still you are the same. Something in you is not changing. There's unchanging in your life which is full of changes. What is that unchanging in your life? Question that. That is reality. It is not in Himalayas. It is not in forests. It is not in ashram. It is not in caves. It is in you. In spite of everything changing, something in me is not changing. That I am in you is called Atma, the self. That Atma in you, which is not changing, is also Paramatma, the supreme reality. The unchanging in everything which is changing is you, Jiva. And that is Brahma. It's not different from somewhere. You are seeking Bhagavan, you are seeking God somewhere, while you are that what you have been seeking. Jiva Brahmaiva Sata. The Jiva, who you are, is none other than Supreme Reality. No, how can I think of that here? How can you not think of it? What is God? Your definition by your definition of God? When you say God, what do you mean by God? One reality, all pervading, omnipresent, omnipotent reality, everywhere, in everything. So if you say that you are not that all-pervading reality, you are much more powerful than not all-pervading reality. You have to accept that. The God who is pervading everywhere is not able to pervade you. So which means who is powerful? You are the vacuum into which God cannot enter. And if God is entering, then there is no other than God there. Okay. So the challenge here, the human mind cannot comprehend this highest philosophical truth because we are conditioned by the society, conditioned by our environment, conditioned by our body-mind complex. We are limited by what we see. That's why there's always a word called seeing is believing. If I only see, I believe.
Actually, seeing is not believing.
Seeing is not believing.
We should not believe what we see.
Then what we should believe?
It's about the story.
Correct?
I mean, something, you see that the person on the stream of the water and he is washing his hands and there is a lot of blood on him. And what we think, he has murdered somebody.
Right?
But it is not true. He has done somebody.
Yes, yes.
So, seeing is not believing.
Seeing is not believing, but there is a common word for seeing is believing. Right? What you see, you should not believe. Then what you should believe is the question. Is there something worth believing in your life?
Seeing is not believing. Hearing is not believing. And quite a few things. Unless you examine and it is rotating back.
Unless you examine and examine, it is really not worth believing. To examine, senses are not sufficient because our senses are limited. Right? Whatever I can see through senses is limited. I can't see beyond few hundred meters. And microscopic things I can't understand. I can put a microscope and see something. Then more powerful microscope, I see something else. Still more powerful microscope, I see something else. Hearing, I can't hear something 100 meters away. And especially when wife is speaking, I can't even hear nearby. What is that? There's always there. So our ears are limited, our eyes are limited, and nose, of course, is not functional. Right? Organs of experiencing life are very limited, and most of them is guided. Okay, I have to analyze: is my intellect good enough? Huh? One person will vehemently say this is right because he comes from political party. Other person say this is vehemently wrong. Vehemently is another political party. Our intellect is biased by which party, which thing we have. So where is truth? Where is reality? How do you find it? Are not changing. It says our party is not changing. That's physical and psychological. Okay. There is something unchanging in you which claims that everything is changing. A wheel cannot rotate without the axle. The axle has to stay stationary for the wheel to rotate. If axle also rotates, then wheel will break down. So your life is going in all aspects of your running life is changing. Because something in you is not changing, the change is going on. That something in you which is not changing is called Atma. What applies to you as an individual also is applying to the universe. Everything in the universe is changing. Okay? The stars, planets, galaxies, everything is moving. Everything is changing. But still, the change is sustained by something unchanging. That unchanging one which sustains this change is Brahman, the supreme reality. Now, if you start thinking that there are two realities, unchanging me and unchanging supreme reality in the world, then you are mistaken. They are not two, they are one. This is the essential teaching of Sri Shankaracharya. The unchanging in you, which is nothing but consciousness, the Sakshi in you, there is an unchanging in the universe which sustains this change in your universe. Please understand, there is a tremendous amount of change happening everywhere in the galaxy. Every minute, some stars are born, some stars die. Okay, the galaxies are born, galaxies die. The black holes are born. They suck so many other elements. Okay, that's at the macroscopic level. At the microscopic level, there is a chaos. There is continuously the electrons, the molecules, the electrons. So, don't use which moves has to be supported by something which doesn't move. Something which changes should be supported by something which doesn't change. Otherwise, everything will collapse. Everything will break down. That unchanging in the universe is called Brahman, and what is unchanging in you is called Atman. And these two are one and the same. They are not different. This is the essential teaching. So say Brahma Satyam. First definition is Satyam means something which doesn't change in the past, present and future, which is not affected by time. Everything what we see is affected by time. So there is something which is timeless, supporting the time.
Something that is unchanging is the axle that is not moving.
Yes.
Atma.
Yeah.
So we have to mix from
Yes.
the
That will come to that. So his question is how do we hold on to Atman? Okay, that will come to that. So first you understand there is the unchanging universe and unchanging you, they are one and the same. So the Sri Shankaracharya gives in a very crisp way, Brahma Satyam. The only reality is Brahman. Second thing he says, Jagat Mithyam. Mithyam means is an appearance. Okay. Appearance isn't real. Appearance is real when you are experiencing it. Right? When you are looking at a dream tiger, if it is real for you, you get scared. Then when you get, right? So if you are experiencing something as reality, at that moment it's real. But is it always real? No, because all appearances change. So these appearances, what is to be superimposed on something which is unchanging. And because of the superimposition, we are experiencing a temporary reality, which is changing reality. That's called myth. So Satyam and Asatyam, you have to understand the difference. Satyam means which doesn't change any point of time. Asatyam means doesn't exist. Satyam which exists but doesn't change. Asatyam means does not exist. So in between there is something called, between these two is called Nitya. It appears to be there for temporarily, but is not there eternally. So what is appearing temporarily is not real. It's appearance only. And where that appearance comes from, that appearance must be coming from a projection on the background which is not changing. So at any point of time, take your attention to what is not changing, then you are in the same hands. That's why Sri Shankaracharya said, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. Govinda means one who is known through Vedas. Govinda, Vinda means known. One who is known through Vedas. The Vedas have Upanishads as the conclusion, it's called Vedanta. The Brahman can be known through the conclusions which are there in the Upanishads. That's why he is Govinda. Think of Govinda. Think of reality. You will become free. So this is the essential teaching. Now reality in you and reality in the universe, they are not different. Reality in the universe is called Brahman. Reality in you is called Atman. Atman is the Sakshi in you, the consciousness in you, and the same reality is upholding this entire creation. Brahman and the creation. So this question also bugs people. That God, and because now what is still right? There is so the creation is nothing but a duality. There are so many things, opposing forces operate there. That's why some bright religious people came out with the idea there is God and Satan, the Satan, anti-force of God. How can God create something as powerful who is opposite of him? So this question is not asked. Okay? But people keep on talking about the force, the dark force which is opposing God. So this is actually the concept of duality, opposing God, which is darker force. So that's where Sri Shankaracharya's teaching comes into picture. He says there is no other force, there is nothing other than Brahman. If you see something other than Brahman, it's only appearance, it's not reality. The moment you go behind appearance, there's Brahman only. That's why the teaching is Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. So this is actually, this you don't have to teach. Many people think that they are already God once. Okay.
I am God, or God is within me. What is that?
I'll tell you. I'll tell you the difference. Okay. I am God or God is within me. I'll tell you the difference. Okay. So this I am Brahman. Now most of the people, you see the type of politicians. The moment when power goes into the head, how they behave? They behave as if they are what? Uh, Supreme beings. This teaching and Shankara. So easy peace of your gods. The teaching is not that. Aham Brahmasmi means there is a sense and feeling of I am in me. Okay? There is a feeling of something called I am in me. Right? You go or did your body go? Did your I am you mixing up that body and the supreme reality, mixing up. I am depressed, yeah. Why are you depressed? The I am in you can never be depressed. That's Atma. It is unchanging. But the mind, mental qualities, you are superimposing on that. Then you wake up. Your ears not your train. The train which is nearby is moving. You experience as if your train is moving because thinking that it's happening. The body Atma. So now the question comes. What is in me? Right? That was the question. Three types. Okay. The devotees are three types. Devotee is a beginner in the sadhana path, spiritual path. I am here. Okay, this is one type of devotee. The second type of devotee says, Bhagavan is in me. The third type of devotee says, Bhagavan okay. So when can that happen? When the understanding comes, repeat it with me. Nanu, Nanu, Nanenbudu, Nanenbudu, Nanalla, Nanalla, Ideha, Ideha, Mana. So please understand, there is no space for two. There is only space for Bhagavan in our life. That is the teaching of Shankara. So if you say that I am there and Bhagavan is there, you are creating a competitor and equivalent to you, Bhagavan. doesn't exist. It is only Bhagavan exists, and what you call as I is also appearance, Nitya. Drop that I and attain that essential supreme reality. That is the teaching of Shri. So now the belief is also of different kind, right? We have already spoken of.
They never say God is different, I am different.
No, I'm saying the word.
But I believe in Advaita.
No. I'm not speaking of Advaita or Dvaita. I'm saying people believe in different things, right? The world is full of people of different beliefs and belief understandings. Ultimately, you have to analyze, see what is right for you, what you are convinced about it, and move ahead in life. So whether somebody believes or somebody doesn't believe, doesn't matter to us. Their life. Okay, that's also a part of spiritual journey. Okay, it's not exclusive. That's a part of the devotional journey. So let them understand what Sri Shankarachary's told.
Two questions here. One here,
Okay. So you
remove the impressions, like you say.
Why is it not like Atma based on reality? Why you can't destroy this vision people and only make us move like
what are you doing? I mean, what are you learning? You're serious about it, right? You went to school. Okay. So why did you? Okay. Now teacher sets a question paper. Why should she set a question paper? She can always pass everybody. Right? Why? They call fish. It teaches you fishing. You inquire, get convinced about the truth. You grow. That opportunity is given to you. Okay. Imagine your school teachers everybody giving 100 marks to everybody. The truth is not convincing. Conviction. So that's why your opportunity, the contradictions, the success, the failures are there. From all these things, that truth what you experience is formed. The opportunity is given to you to experience the truth. The God doesn't you fish every day, but He provides you the ability to learn how to do fishing so that you can stand on your own legs. God is making you want you to be weak in your conviction, understanding. That has to come from you, within you. No, that is, if you have a clarity, the question is coming because that clarity is not, conviction is not good enough. Correct. This is actually opportunity for given for you. This is the examination test, right? Only when you cross the test, you get the strength. Otherwise, it's weak. If I tell you something, I have told you already the truth. There's nothing more than truth. But that conviction doesn't come because it's not your truth, it's my truth. It's Shankaracharya's truth. Understand? The conviction when it becomes your truth. How does it become your truth? You have to I can give to you. spoon feeding will not help you. Ultimately, your conviction helps you. That is the information given to you. Now, with this information, you see around and overcome that. That is the opportunity. God is giving the opportunity. He is always teaching in the form of realization. It is an opportunity to come out, get yourself convinced. That is the conviction you have to have. And it can come only through your effort. Right? If I learn cycling, it won't help you. This is how cycling can be done. The truth is already experienced by realized persons. They are telling you this is the truth, but then it's a second-hand truth for you. The opportunity is given to you, the second-hand truth is given to you. Now it is for you to look at the truth and find out what is real, then it becomes your truth. When it becomes your truth, the energy within you explodes. Otherwise, it's somebody's experience. Any questions? Asato ma Satgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Pratyorma Amrutam Gamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Hari Om
Hari Om.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
Hari Om
Hari Om.
Till now we have had a wonderful satsang by Sri Prabhuji, who took us through the journey from Sathya. The truth is given to us as information. We have to come to a state of confirmation by going within. Only then there can be transformation. He gave us a beautiful formula: information to confirmation to transformation. So, for this wonderful discourse from Sri Prabhuji, let us offer pranams to him. And the special way that we have of showing appreciation, Pushpa Vrishti clap, angels showering blossoms on friends, we have